I'm here. All right, welcome back to the Shrine Tournament. We now have the winner's bracket of the large school girls. We're not calling them like big boned. It's just a large bracket.
Large division.
Larger
Larger schools.
Larger schools,
This is the schools that are more 4A, 5A,
Right.
6A schools.
Right. Don't misinterpret that we're saying anyone is needs to go on a diet, because that's what we're doing over here at Bravado. Having a little fun out here. Having a little fun, having a little smiles. All right, Tulsa East Central Cardinals versus the Noah Jaguars. I'll tell you what, Noah's got some height.
Yeah, they got some size on them, especially Beasler down there. Got a chance to watch this team yesterday, and you say she goes right to the basket. A 6'1" frame, and she's a shot blocker. She had a nice night last night playing defense and protecting the paint.
3-point on the way, and it's good. And that's by, who was that by?
That's number 12
Number
over there
12.
for the East Central Cardinals. And that
Ariana Mack.
There you go. Mack starting the game off right for the Cardinals.
Sometimes with the three officials, it's kind of hard to see on the backside. 3-point on the way, and it's going to be answered, and that was Aubrey Yant.
Yeah, Yant caught fire last night at the three-point line. I think she was 3 for 5 from the outside the arc.
Well, they called that one a 2, so they called the 2 on East Central. So excuse me, I thought it was a 3-pointer from over in that corner.
As deep as she hit it, I hope they didn't mistake that for a 2.
Yeah.
That would be unfortunate.
So at the line is it Beasler? Beasler, and she hits the first free throw. Second one on the way, and it's in and good. So 5-2 the score. Noah is on top right now. Driving the lane, putting up a floater, doesn't go. Beasler has a rebound. Shot was by Mitchell, by East Central. And a turnover right there, unforced turnover, just couldn't get the pass where she wanted it to go.
Yeah, and you could hear the coaching staff from East Central over there on the sideline. They want this defense to run. They want them to move, to be active, and have active hands. You saw that right there, kind of confused Noah a little bit, and there you saw the creative turnover.
Three-point off, and once again, the girls kind of get confused by those three-point lines out there. That one too strong off the back of the rim. Yant will bring the ball down. Beasler with a bucket underneath. Nice pass by Yant.
And they're going to have to watch out for Beasler, especially with this active 3-2 defense that they're running right there. They got to pick up backside, especially when she's alone down there in the paint. They're going to find her every time.
Three-point on the way, off the rim. Too short, but I think if she would have stepped in a little bit on that one.
And number 11 for East Central, Griffin hits the 3.
Trying to get the block from behind, but got a little bit of an arm on that one.
Yeah, and it was just a situation where they were able to catch them underneath, but on her back, and she had her face to the basket, goes up with it. It was an all-ball situation, but because she was all over her back, they called the foul.
Brandon Blakely is the one that will be called for the foul, her first personal, second team foul. Beechler hits the first one, second one on the way. And it's perfect 4 for 4 from the line now. A 9-5 lead by Noah. Blakely very quick, but no one underneath the basket to pass it to. He had a quick first step there, but no one there to receive the pass.
And East Central switches back to the man-to-man defense. Looks like they're switching off everything as well.
And they're going to get Blakely for a grab, I believe. No, that was Mitchell. Excuse me, Mitchell's first personal. Just out of the reach, and it'll be a turnover by Noah.
And one of the things East Central has to be careful with, especially early in this game, and as we go throughout offensively, they can't fall in love with that three-point shot too much. They got to work inside just like this.
And that's exactly what they did. And I think a good game plan is to get it up against the Beechler and see if they can't pick up some fouls on her.
Yeah, because she's dominating this game offensively right now. You can tell his teammates are looking to her to create offensively. She's doing a good job of it so far. And at the free throw line, she's making everything. So they got to attack her offensively and try to get her in a little bit of foul trouble so they can go ahead and get inside the paint.
So Tiffany Robinson at the line. She misses the first free throw.
And just to be safe, the coaching staff of Noah takes out Beechler as she picks up her first foul.
Robinson hits the second one. And that pressure, it's created 2 consecutive turnovers.
It created a lot of chaos, and Noah anticipating them going back to that man-to-man defense where they handled it pretty well. They switched right back into the press defense, and they catch them off guard.
Pass down low, couldn't handle it, and turnover for East Central to Noah. Three-point on the way, and it's good once again by Yant.
Yant's got the range. She has the range. That's so, 2 tonight.
That's 2 consecutive three-pointers by Yant. Loose ball. Noah's going to push. They have a 3-on-1 break, and all the way over to Yant. Yant three-pointer is going to be short. She took it from about the concession stand. I think those lines really confuse them sometimes if they're not paying attention to what they're doing.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the lines right now, you see the black line right there, that's the high school line. Right here, the white one, that's the collegiate line. And all the way on the outside, that's the NBA range three-point shot. Everybody keeps taking it from the outside here. And I think the coaches need to go in further detail and explain that to the kids.
Maybe go out at halftime and say, this is not the line you want. And a three-point attempt by Mitchell. She's fouled.
And number 0.
It's Allie Langley.
Langley commits the cardinal rule. You should not and cannot foul a three-point shooter, and she gets 3 shots.
Especially when she's shooting from the NBA range.
Yeah, it's probably not going to, it's not a high
percentage shot. Right.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Right. Sounds like my boys. All right, so she hits 2 of 3. Or 1 of 3. Again, that defense turns the ball over or forces turnover.
And East Central's doing a good job defensively, but they got to turn it into offensive points as they do right there. Number 12, Mack, hitting the three-pointer and makes this a 2-point ball game.
Ten-second call. So far, defense is just the East Central Cardinal defense just has the Jaguars in fits.
Yeah, causing havoc for this NOAA team. That's Northeastern Oklahoma Association of Homeschooling. That's a foul right there, but they called on the floor. Call the foul on number 32.
Sydney Bell. (12-10). Noah's in the lead, and a nice layup there by 23. Cassidy. Can't read my writing there, so I'll have to look up what her last name is.
Yeah, I think that's Cassidy Kennedy.
And it might, yeah, Kennedy.
And in that pressure defense, they just lose track of her in the paint. She's able to pick up the quick 2 points, make this back to a 4-point ball game.
Kennedy, yes, sir, you're right.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while, 50-50 chance. So Addie Yant picks up her first foul. Three-point not there. She was sitting a little deep. That was Mitchell trying to get one connected. 14-10 with 1:02 to go in the first quarter.
It was an open shot, so it was a good attempt.
And again, that pressure defense creating turnovers, but a block on the other end by Beechler.
Yeah, Beesler is known for her shot blocking abilities. I want to say she had like 5 last night, and it seems like the trend is continuing tonight as well.
Three-pointer on the way, and again taking it from way outside, doesn't connect. Rebounded by Jaden Ingram. Wow, deep pass.
And that's just a nice catch by Beesler, and a good job by Bell, trusting that she would be there and she would be able to handle it.
Going to get a foul on the floor, and Bell, I believe, is one that grabbed Mitchell.
And I think she picks up her second foul.
And she
that's
does.
Only in the first quarter. So you got to watch out for her in the second. If she picks up a third one, I'm pretty sure she'll be heading to the bench for the rest of the half.
Mitchell unable to hit her free throw there. She'll get another attempt. Score 16-10. The Lady Jaguars are up on the Lady Cardinals. This one will roll in. And that pressure defense, even just the darting in of Armstead, created the problem there.
Yeah, created a turnover. and a travel call was the call. So they got 1 second to put it up.
Nearly got a pretty nice shot off by Mitchell, but unable to drop in. So the end of the first quarter, 16-11. Noah has the lead, but East Central a few different shots there, and it's a different ball game.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing to see because East Central is really dictating the tempo of the ball game with that pressure defense and the way they're running things offensively. But Noah seems to be in full control and doesn't mind letting them take control of the tempo.
Right, and it's if you didn't see the score, you would think East Central was winning, just because they are dictating the tempo and the defensive pressure that they've put out. But the difference is Noah has hit the shots and East Central hasn't hit the shots just yet. But they could be just warming up.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so. Put on a show. That's what we like. East Central will inbound the ball, and they will have the possession to start the second quarter. Mitchell is going to fire away till she hits one of those three-pointers.
And it was a nice set play. I would have liked them to work a little inside on that first possession, but here comes the steal.
Mitchell's layup won't go. She no foul. And they're going to call. That's a quick jump ball, but probably the correct call.
Yeah, I mean, both of them had their hands on the ball. I mean, they didn't get tied up or anything, so it's a quick whistle by the refs. Possession arrow still stays with Noah, though.
Trying to get the ball into Beasler and could not.
And that's good defense over there by number 32, Tiffany Robertson. Active hands, and it goes off the foot of Beasler. And it's surprising to see this East Central team down by 5 points with so many turnovers that they have created.
They're very aware, Noah's very aware of Mitchell's first step and cutting her off, trying to get in now.
And Beasler continues to block all their baskets inside the paint. This time she's called for a foul, and that's what they need to do. It needs to be number 32, Tiffany Robinson, in the paint battling with Beasler, trying to get her in foul trouble, because as soon as they get her into foul trouble and get her out the game, they'll have more chances at easy baskets. Trust me, I saw this last night when Noah was going against another opponent in this tournament.
And the thing is that, you know, then you change Noah's offensive or defensive philosophy that they can't have her deep in there to collect fouls.
And it's also what you just started with as well. I mean, on the opposite side, offensively, they're going to her inside the paint as well. So you change them offensively and defensively.
So a lane violation, so she'll get to reshoot that second free throw. Robinson makes them pay for that one and drops that one in. So 16-12 with 6:48 to go in the second quarter.
East Central drops back to that 2-3 defense. Ball's going to stay with Noah right there as it goes off. Number 12 for East Central, Mack.
And that shot by Ingram was just kind of a very forced, I want the ball out of my hands type of shot.
And that was a nice steal by number 4, Armstead right there. Knocks it out of Beasler's hand. And she's going to finish with the layup as number 32 sets the screen.
Right. Nice screen. Armstead drives in for the 2 points, brings it within a 2-point game. And Beasler on the other end is fouled, popped in the mouth. You know, my grandpa always said if you're going to foul, make sure they know you foul them.
I've been taught that principle too.
Isn't that kind of like if you're going to do a pass interference, make sure everyone knows you did it?
Make sure everybody knows.
So Bell is back in with her 2 fouls.
Surprisingly, that last foul right there was only the first foul for Tiffany Robinson.
Beasler's got to be very careful under there, and
she does pick up that foul right there.
Yep.
And it's a good job. You can hear the East Central coaching staff pressing on their team. Go, go, go. Run the floor, run the floor. That time, number 4, Armstead doesn't get the ball in transition, but number 32, Tiffany Robinson, is able to get the offensive rebound and then pick up the foul from Beasler.
And
Beasler heads to the bench.
Has to go to the bench, and that really changes the whole attitude of the Noah lineup.
It's interesting who they're going to put down in the post position and how they're going to get their points offensively with her on the bench.
Pick off by Mitchell. Mitchell's going to run it. Armstead on the run. Nice layup.
And they could have called a foul right there with an and-one situation. Luckily for Noah, they do not call that. And you can see as soon as Beasler went to the bench, they started pressing even more. You can see right there is a nice steal by number 0, Mitchell, and she gets the ball up front to Armstead, and Armstead makes them pay.
Starting to see a little chink in the armor, perhaps, and Armstead has 2 consecutive points, or 2 consecutive buckets this quarter alone, so she has 4 in this quarter.
And I think that's East Central's first lead of the ball game.
I do believe you're right, and 18-17 as they have their first lead of the game. And now Noah's forced to they've got to change some of their offensive philosophy here.
And right now it seems like for Noah offensively they've had number 10 Yance, who's hit those big 3-pointers, but other than that, Beasler has been the only one really producing anything offensively. I mean, in the game last night, though, it was number 4 for this Noah team, Ingram. She kept them in the ball game single-handedly, scoring their first 8 points.
Right now, Beasler has 10 of the 17 points for the Noah Jaguars.
And then you got to remember, the rest of the other 6 is with Yant.
Yant has pumped in, right. So a 3-point attempt by Yant doesn't go in. They'll call a jump ball on the rebound, and that was Addie Yant down on the bottom. Aubrey is number 10, and Addie is number 3.
And it's just as we would have predicted. They go right to Yant at that 3-point spot that she seems to like.
Jump ball again.
And they're just so active defensively. Great hands. There goes Mack down there, number 12, who gets the jump ball situation for the East Central Cardinals. Nice block by number 32, Tiffany Robinson.
Mitchell on the run, can't get it to fall. Rebound by Yant. And a foul is going to be called on Armstead.
Yeah, and they're going to call that every time when you go across the body like that. It's something that you cannot do, especially in transition and when you're pressing in another opponent.
That's Armstead's first foul.
They bring Beasler back into the game.
And nice little roll in there by Addie Yant. Plus she picks up, collects a foul.
And Beasler goes right back out of the ball game as Ingram comes in for her.
And Mack was the one that was called for the foul. That would be the 6th team foul. Mack's first one. Free throw is off its mark, but rebounded by Ingram, but she gets called for traveling.
The East Central coaching staff is not happy about that offensive rebound for Noah.
So Noah has come back on top, 19-18. Mitchell, long three-pointer, off the mark, and will be Noah's ball. They say Mitchell touched it last.
And that's something that's going to have to be corrected in the second half for this East Central Cardinal team. Every time they get into their half-court offense, they set up for three-point shots, and that can't be the case. You got to run the offense and get it inside and get easy baskets.
Right, Mitchell was doing a good job just working the inside, collecting fouls, and you kind of got to give it to her whenever Beasler's out of the game. She should have free run downstairs or down in the paint. Trying to force a shot was Bell, just trying to make something happen.
Good block over there by Tiffany Robinson.
And a three-pointer is good. That is Griffin.
And I think that's Griffin's second three-pointer of the night in that same spot.
Griffin's second three-pointer. A turnover. Mitchell's going to run it. She's got Armstead.
And that's an and-one situation.
So Armstead gets the bucket, and she'll go for an extra point. And just like that, the Lady Cardinals are back on top, 23-19.
That's a good pass by Mitchell. Seeing Armstead down there by herself, knowing it's going to be a tough contested layup, but seeing that she had a better angle at it than she did, threads the ball in there tight and neatly. Good job by Armstead making the layup.
And so here we are, completely, we talked about it a while ago. East Central looks completely in control of the game, even though they've been down a couple times. But if you weren't looking at the score, you'd think they'd be blowing them out.
That's very true. I mean, all these turnovers created by East Central has kept them in the ball game. And you see right now it's got them the lead. Shots are starting to fall, and they're starting to get inside the paint, especially with Beasler over there on the sideline. They're trying to do a situation where they take her out on defense, put her in on offense, but it's not seeming to work because East Central has got the lead, and it looks like they're planning on keeping it.
Well, I don't think they have an answer for Mitchell, excuse me. Mitchell is so quick, and even though Mitchell hasn't scored a lot of points, Mitchell is the catalyst of getting the ball to where it needs to be.
Yeah, and she's also the leader on defense as well. She's got a couple steals here that's kind of led all these transition points.
Off the mark that time. Rebound by Noah. In and out, won't go in. Mitchell, you can hear the coach tell her to shoot it. She's going to hit one of those, and I'm afraid when she hits it, she's going to get on fire.
Yeah, I feel like she's one of those streaky shooters.
Yeah.
Haven't seen her play yet, but you can tell by the way the coach was like, no, come back, shoot that.
Right.
She stepped back, tried to hit the three. She misses it this time, but I think she's going to knock a couple of them
I
down
love
in
hearing the
second
coach
half.
say that. Hey, shoot that ball.
You don't get too many open looks in this game, so when you see them, you got to take them.
Yes. Woo, nearly a 5-second call. They've done what they need to do. East Central has created the pressure and now has Noah completely out of sync offensively.
That's very true. I mean, they've created a chaotic situation for this Noah team to be down 5 points.
24-19, firing away from outside, a little too much, way outside, and that was number 15, Blakely. Trying to get the ball into Beasler and can't connect.
Yeah, that one, a hard pass that couldn't really hold on to. Touched a couple of people before it went out of bounds.
Had some smoke on it.
I'll say.
Now we've got kind of wholesale changes by the teams. Mitchell's going to have a seat, as is Tiffany Robinson. But this quarter, it's number 4 Armstead that has all the points for East Central. Wow, look at that, nice touch.
And she goes in for another 2. You see the way she protected the ball inside the paint and was able to manage to get it up and get it into the basket.
Very good ball control. Ingram's shot way off. Armstead's gonna run it. She's got a 1-on-3 break. She'll shoot it. Oh, that would have been a 3-pointer if it dropped.
And it looked so good too, coming off her hand.
Another turnover forced by East Central. You know, and if I'm East Central's coach, I'm telling Armstead, you know, so far you've got 2, 4, 6, 8. You've got 9 points this quarter. Just keep ripping them up.
Yeah, when you find a hot hand, you got to stick with it.
Three-point on the way, and nothing but the backboard. No, not even backboard. Nothing but the floor on that one.
And I like the communication from the head coach, though, for East Central. That was an open shot. It was a good look, and he tells her there as she runs down the floor for defense. It's a good shot. It's a good look. Just put that one, put a little more air underneath that, and you get that to connect.
Make your adjustments, and let's move on. Tiffany Robinson going to check back in. And coming out is Griffin. So Griffin's hit 2 3-pointers in the game.
Noah doing a good job working outside to inside.
And Bell, Bell has had a hard time holding on to the ball this second quarter. This will be her 3rd personal.
And I mentioned that we had to watch out for her in those fouling situations. She did a good job most of the second quarter, staying out of foul trouble, but she picks up a late one here with 8 seconds left in the half.
This sends Elliott, and Elliott will shoot 1-on-1, doesn't hit. So the end in the first half, Noah was up 16-11 going into the second quarter. Now they're down 26-19. So they only scored 3 points in that quarter. And Dion, they look completely just upset and out of sync.
Yeah, and it was a situation where the defense started to get control for East Central, and it created some offensive play in transition for them as well. They took full advantage of it. They got Beasler into foul trouble, had her on the bench, and then when that happened, they took control, and it was Armstead who led the way, getting inside the paint and getting some easy layups.
Coming out after halftime, if you're Noah, what do you have to do?
Noah has to find Beasler and make sure she stays out of foul trouble. Also, Yant needs to continue to hit some threes out on the outside. Other people need to contribute offensively. They're doing an all right job defensively, especially in the half-court offense. But one of the players I'm looking for is Ingram. Ingram had a good night last night with 8 points in the first half, and then helped him as well in the second. She has 0 points right now, so they need to get a couple of other people going offensively to get back in this ball game.
East Central, what do? You just continue to pound it inside with Robinson and let Armstead work from outside.
That's exactly right. I mean, Tiffany Robinson has to challenge Beasler on both sides of the floor, and you know, you got to stay with your leaders, Armstead and number 0, Mitchell. Mitchell has to do a good job defensively. I don't think offensively is going to be the key for her tonight for them to get this win. It's going to be her leadership defensively that gets it done.
Creating turnovers and getting it to who can score. All right, folks, very nice game to start out, and I have no doubts we'll have a good game in the second half. So stick around. We will be back in 8 minutes and 36 seconds.
Bedouin Shrine Tournament Director for the Bedouin Shrine Basketball Classic. I came into the Shrine in 2002, and I grew up, my father was a Shriner, and he came in 1980, which was the first year the tournament started, so I've basically been around it my whole life. This will be the 39th annual. The basketball tournament started in 1980 as a fundraiser to come up with a way to raise money to transport the burned and orthopedic children back and forth to the Shriners hospitals. At the current time, we have 22 hospitals that the Shriners operate free of charge, and we transport the kids free of charge. And this is the largest fundraiser that we do to be able to do that without asking the parents for any money. The basketball tournament is, we like the saying, it's kids helping kids. They get to play in the tournament, but in the same token, you know, by them playing and their fans coming and buying a ticket to come sit and watch, they are in turn helping us, so it's kids helping kids. We have that are actually involved in the tournament. There will probably be 150 different Shriners throughout helping to pull this off. It's not an easy undertaking to do. When you have 32 teams, that are guaranteed 3 games, that's a lot to handle. So we, in turn, you know, require a lot of assistance. So we ask the nobles, and they're all volunteers. You know, none of the Shriners ever get $1 out of this. All the proceeds from this tournament go strictly to transporting kids back and forth to the hospitals. But we have actually had, and if I'm not mistaken, like 32 kids, I think, that have actually been a Shrine patient and played in the Shrine tournament. And if they do that, if they are a Shrine patient and play in the tournament, we present them with a white jacket, which is an honor. If half of these schools, if they ever met those kids and knew their story and knew their struggles and how much the Shrine has helped, it really makes it well worthwhile. I mean, I understand that it's a lot of hassle for these schools to come, you know, to play, and the expense that goes with it. But like I said, if you talk to those children and their parents for what it's done for them and their lives and how much it's improved their way of life, it's well worth it. All the hours that I put in and all the other Shriners put in is nothing compared to what those kids have gone through. I mean, to my knowledge, there's not any other tournament out there that is strictly for a charity cause. And I mean, for us to be going into our 39th year and still going is something to be said, you know, and that means that the people, the community, everybody is focused on what it's for, and that's how we've sustained as long as we have.
Welcome back to the second half of the large school girls action. Tulsa East Central Lady Cardinals are up on the Noah Lady Jaguars 26-19. And the story has been defense.
Truly has been. East Central leading the way with their up-tempo offense and their active hands, creating a lot of points in transition. Opening the half, though, offensively with another three-point attempt by number 0, Mitchell.
Well, we both said, I think we agree she's probably a streaky shooter, so if she gets hot, it could get real ugly real fast. Oh, and nice floater by Mitchell. That is her first field goal of the night.
And she was settling for those three-point shots, but you can see she probably needed to just get on the board first before she gets into the ball game.
There's Armstead out in front. She'll take it to the bucket. Somehow doesn't get a foul, or doesn't collect a foul.
And they call Tiffany Robinson on the reach right there as she tries to keep the ball away from Beasler. You can see that nice little runner on the replay from Mitchell. First basket of the ball game starting the second half.
Three-point attempt by Langley will not go.
Rebounded by Tiffany Robinson.
Oh, nearly got decapitated. Langley's going to pick up the foul. She held Armstead around the throat.
Yeah, she certainly did. She thought she almost got away with that one. Referee in the corner sees it here, though.
Three-point attempt, just short. She took it from way outside. It'll stay with East Central, though.
Yeah, and right now, you just don't see the energy from NOAA, the Northeastern Oklahoma Association for Homeschooling. They've come out in the second half a little flat.
So I didn't see if we took a 30 or a full, but we'll keep it here and talk about. We have lots to talk about, everything from Bravado to Shriners. Bravado, obviously, one of the major sponsors of the Shrine Tournament. And there's 4 locations going on, 3 in Muskogee, one at Muskogee High School, the Civic Center, one at Hilldale High School, which is on the south side of Muskogee, and then Fort Gibson, which is 8 miles east of Muskogee. So, folks, if you have a chance, come out. Very good basketball so far tonight, and we anticipate next game is going to be just as good.
Yeah. I've loved the way these girls have been playing lately, especially to start the second quarter. Mainly East Central, though. They haven't slowed down the pace of the ball game since they got the lead.
You don't see a whole lot of running out of gas yet. These girls have been very active the whole game. And there you see why right there, a nice steal. 3-on-2 break. And Mitchell with the bucket and 1. So she'll get to add to that total.
And that was just a good job by Armstead, seeing that she had an open man and waiting to the last minute to pass it. Look at this right here. In transition, she waits, and then she does the over-the-top drop pass.
Three-point on the way by Langley, and she hits her first shot of the night, and that might be what they need to get back in this game.
Let's see if they can produce some more energy off that basket.
But if you get matched, and that's Mack with her second bucket, her first three-pointer of the game.
Ariana Mack answered the shot.
I think more for Noah, you need other contributors than just two with buckets. And a hard foul. She hits the floor hard, and that's Armstead.
She gets up a little shaken up, but she makes her way to the free throw line.
So she will shoot two, and that is a foul on Ingram. That's Ingram's first, the team's second in the second half. (35-22) the score. (36-22) the score. 5:07 to go in the third quarter. And
that's a backcourt violation right there.
It's almost the focus. The focus is that defense has shook them up so much, their focus is gone.
Yeah, and we thought it would come back with the answer of the three by Langley, as you see it on the replay right there. But, I mean, after that, East Central hit a three of their own, and it lulled them back to sleep.
Right. Elliott, three-pointer won't go. Bounce off the near side rim. But, you know, you said it earlier, you get those good looks, and you've got to pull the trigger on that.
You've got to take the shot. Oh, nice defensive play by number 23 for East Central.
That was Elliott. Now still right back to him. Turn around. Layup is good for Beasler.
And I think that's Beasler's first point since midway in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's her first field goal midway until the first quarter.
That's a nice ball handling over there by Mitchell, and a good job by number 12. Mack with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Got her for double dribble.
And Langley looks so surprised by the ref's reaction. But look at this right here, just a miss off the three-pointer, and then Mack comes in with the offensive rebound and a nice putback.
Right, and that's good vision by Mack to be at the right place at the right time. Nice three-pointer right there by Griffin. So that's Griffin's third three-pointer of the night. Ingram, three-pointer on the way, won't go, rims off, and rebounded by Griffin.
Good offensive rebound over there by Mitchell. Defense a little lackluster, and she goes in strong to the paint and misses the layup against the foul.
She went in before and kicked it out and said, well, I'll just take it myself this time, and let's see what happens.
I gave y'all a chance. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, I gave you a chance. Now we'll take it to the hoop.
And I don't think Mitchell's missed a free throw shot. Maybe one free throw attempt.
She missed two in the first quarter.
I stand corrected.
That's right. I have the advantage. I'm looking at the scorebook. So 43-24 after Mitchell puts in 2 from the free throw line.
Oh, in traffic. They tried to force the ball into Beasler with 3 defenders draped around her. She tries to make the pass and dish it out. She does, but then another player tries to make another pass, and it goes out of bounds for another turnover.
Those little things, you can't have those unforced turnovers.
Nice rebound by number 42.
And Mitchell, holy cow. She got her three-pointer right there.
Now we can finally test our theory.
We can see how hot she's going to get right there. So they're going to take a full timeout. So that means we're going to send it to the trailer. We're going to tell you all about Bravado Wireless and what a great deal you can get from Bravado Wireless.
Bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Here we sit in the third quarter of the large girls bracket game. Tulsa East Central Cardinals are up 46-24 over the Noah Jaguars. And going from here forward, Dion and I have a theory that Mitchell, once she hit a three-pointer, that the game could be over, because if she gets hot from that spot, she's got a great-looking shot.
Yeah, it certainly is, and she hasn't had a chance for it to fall.
Look at her go. Stakes it still. Going to take it to the hoop. Gets fouled. Holy cow. That's kind of her M.O. I mean, look how many free. She has shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 free throws in this game.
And she just does a good job of having active hands, getting to the hole, and getting fouled when she does.
Yes. That's it's kind of one of those coaches' dreams is you create turnovers, and then you create collecting fouls.
Puts a real strain on the opponent there, having to go to the bench and figure some stuff out.
Three-pointer on the way and is way short. Rebound and putback, though, by number 23, Cassidy Kennedy. So 48-26, and wide open underneath the bucket is 23 Elliott.
Ever since Elliott's entered the ball game, she's been a factor defensively and offensively, getting things going. As soon as she entered the ball game, she took a nice look at the three-point shot. Didn't make it, but she's been engaged ever since.
Good defense underneath by Armstead. Mitchell on the run and tries to do a cross pass, tip back to her. Armstead, nice look down on the bottom, and that was 42, Kiana Mitchell.
And you can see with a bit of a big lead here, some of the starters try to get other players involved with those extra passes.
I think that's I think that's a class move by a seasoned team that understands that getting everyone involved creates everyone getting better.
Exactly, and it builds confidence for the rest of the season and the rest of the tournament as you go along.
And they called it on the floor, so shot does not count.
But it was a nice move.
It was a nice move, nice shot, yes. Shot won't go. Armstead with the rebound. Now you're starting to see Noah running out of gas a little bit. Wow, what a big shot at the buzzer.
A nice big time three-pointer.
With her 4th three-pointer of the game. And wow, 53-26.
And at this point, everything is going right for this East Central Cardinals team. Look at this. She hits her at the corner with 1 second left, and she drains the three. I think that's Griffin's 3rd three of the night. 4th, excuse me. Take another look. Rattles right in.
So, to put this in perspective, it was, I'm sorry. To put this in perspective, Dion, at halftime, it was 26-19 East Central leads, okay? Now it's 53-26. East Central scored 26 points in the 3rd quarter.
And it's impressive, and I mean, it's not all what East Central is doing. I mean, it's a little bit has to do with this Noah team. I mean, coming out of halftime, they looked a little flat. We saw a big three-pointer made by Langley and thought maybe that could put this team back into the game, bring them some energy. Was not the case. As soon as East Central saw them, saw that they were up a little bit. They come back, answer with their own three, and they have been hitting them and hitting them competitively since that point.
26 points in the 3rd quarter, and unless Noah can mount a huge comeback, this one they'll be playing for 3rd place tomorrow. Just trying to rotate the ball and find something open. Langley way cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way, bangs it in as Ingram. Ingram has been silent all night, and you said, you know, she had a big game last night. That time, Blakely just couldn't get anything to fall on that. Turns the ball over as it rolls out of bounds. Getting the ball inside. Beasler just looks out of sync now. I think taking her out in the 2nd quarter because she got in foul trouble really messed with her mind because she has no rhythm now.
Yeah, no rhythm. The momentum was completely gone, and you can kind of see it as hers went, so did the team.
Yep. You see the three-point shot there by Ingram, and they're going to have more of that by supporting cast. And that'll be, I called it on 42 Mitchell, it'll be her 2nd. And they said Langley was shooting, but I don't think she was. I think she was actually passing, so they got, going to get away with one there. Got to hit those if you want to get back in the game. 53-29. And a rare turnover there by East Central.
Gets that one wrestled away a little bit.
Looking up, I don't think the Cardinals have any starters left in the game. I think we all have reserves. Ingram will be fouled as she goes in. And that will be Mitchell's third personal foul. Ingram will be at the line to shoot.
She gets that first one to go.
Game has slowed down dramatically than what we saw in the first half.
Yeah. At this point, it's kind of out of reach with a 33-point advantage for East Central.
Nice pass. Mitchell gets her first bucket of the night.
Great pass by number 10, Gibbs.
Ingram, 3-point on the way, too much. Gibbs with the rebound. The smallest one on the court comes up with the rebound. Her shot won't go, but that's one of those things you have to test the waters a little bit, I think.
And I think in a more competitive game down there, she might have got a foul call.
Right. And she has already collected 4 fouls. Hey, she's being aggressive.
Hey, you got how many? 5, 6 of them?
Right, you got 5 of them, so use them all.
Use them all. 1-on-1 situation, East Central not really realizing the situation that they were in right there. Fiesler is able to get back on her own rebound and put it back up.
(55-32). East Central way in command of this game. Third quarter was the story. That is the story right there. Mack hitting her second 3-pointer of the game.
Ariana Mack's been hitting threes all night.
But the third quarter has been the story of the game, a 26-point third quarter. Kind of like they kind of unleashed the dogs in East Central just, man, they just attack.
They have.
I tell you what, I'm excited seeing this East Central team to play in the championship either against HSAA Dallas or Fort Gibson. Because Fort Gibson girls, the defending 4A state champs, and going up against the Tulsa East Central Cardinals, that could be a heck of a game tomorrow night.
I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Nice move by Ingram, wouldn't fall in.
And that's a good job on the help defense by Mack.
(58-32), 3:36 remaining in the game. East Central defense still attacking, and that no-look pass was almost there.
Yeah, she caught her in transition, and she passed where she was and not where she was going to be.
Not where she's going to be. But as a coach, you have to say, hey, I like the thought,
yes,
but we have to just sharpen that tool just a little bit more.
You see Central head coach kind of signaling to her. A nice little bounce pass could have done the job there.
Right. Ingram gets it to fall in.
with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left. It's going to be interesting to see how Noah finishes off this ball game.
Most definitely.
And anybody can play when the competition is thick and show a lot of effort, but it says a lot when you're down big or you're up big and you show effort and you stay competitive throughout the whole contest.
Nice move by the youngster.
She just can't finish. A nice little Euro step right there to get inside the paint by Gibbs, and it doesn't go down.
I think Gibbs has been watching Mitchell a little bit, and I can't think of anyone better to be look up to right there.
Yes, sir.
Three-pointer goes in for Tessa Lynn. .148. East Central will slow it down dramatically. Close to being a backcourt. Three-pointer by Bell. That was her first three-point attempt, and it was off the mark. 118, 58, 37. This one will be winding down here very quickly. Nice shot
by Michaela Washington, doing a good job with the nice fake and mid-range jumper. Nice block by number 14. Hoke. The nice defensive play there.
So barring a complete collapse in the last 51 seconds, Tulsa East Central will move on to the championship game tomorrow night. That will be played right here at 7:30 in the Civic Center.
Nice move by number 21, Iceland Wright.
Noah will play in the third place game tomorrow at Muskogee High School at 1 o'clock.
Oh, off the glass.
The bank is open for Adler Yant. And that will do it for the large school girls semifinal. 60-42, the final. East Central wins, and they will play tomorrow at 7:30. And going back, Dina, I think, like we mentioned a while ago, the difference is that first quarter, when Beasler picked up 3 fouls, Bell picks up 3 fouls, completely changes your offense and defensive mindset.
Well, in the first half it was just defense, them playing in transition, applying pressure, and like you just said, getting Beasler in trouble. The second half was simply just energy. East Central came out with like they were down 5 and came with all the energy in the world, continued on that trend of pressing, playing hard, and using their hands on defense, active hands that is, to get them out of rhythm and create some turnovers. Noah had nothing for them in the second half, and that's why East Central comes away with the victory.
Most definitely. Got him out of their game plan, and East Central is a much better team tonight, and so we get to see them tomorrow night. All right, coming up next in boys action, we have the Hilldale Hornets going up against the Oklahoma City Southeast. I don't remember what their mascot is. Saints? Is it the Saints, Southeast Saints?
We'll find out here pretty soon.
Hey, we've got a donut thief trying to. All right, folks, stick around. Our next broadcast coming up is the Oklahoma City Southeast versus the Hilldale Hornets. Find out who goes to the finals.
I'm Keith Almstead, Bedouin Shrine Tournament Director for the Bedouin Shrine Basketball Classic. I came into the Shrine in 2002, and I grew up. My father was a Shriner, and he came in 1980, which was the first year the tournament started. So I've basically been around it my whole life. This will be the 39th annual. The basketball tournament started in 1980 as a fundraiser to come up with a way to raise money to transport the burned and orthopedic children back and forth to the Shriners hospitals. At the current time, we have 22 hospitals that the Shriners operate free of charge, and we transport the kids free of charge. And this is the largest fundraiser that we do to be able to do that without asking the parents for any money. The basketball tournament is, we like the saying, it's kids helping kids. They get to play in the tournament, but in the same token, you know, by them playing and their fans coming and buying a ticket to come sit and watch, they are in turn helping us, so it's kids helping kids. We have that are actually involved in the tournament. There will probably be 150 different Shriners throughout helping to pull this off. It's not an easy undertaking to do. When you have 32 teams, that are guaranteed 3 games. That's a lot to handle. So we, in turn, you know, require a lot of assistance. So we ask the nobles, and they're all volunteers. You know, none of the Shriners ever get $1 out of this. All the proceeds from this tournament go strictly to transporting kids back and forth to the hospitals. But we have actually had, and if I'm not mistaken, like 32 kids, I think, that have actually been a Shrine patient and played in the Shrine tournament. And if they do that, if they are a Shrine patient and play in the tournament, we present them with a white jacket, which is an honor. If half of these schools, if they ever met those kids and knew their story and knew their struggles and how much the Shrine has helped, it really makes it well worthwhile. I mean, I understand that it's a lot of hassle for these schools to come, you know, to play, and the expense that goes with it. But like I said, if you talk to those children and their parents for what it's done for them and their lives and how much it's improved their way of life, it's well worth it. All the hours that I put in and all the other Shriners put in is nothing compared to what those kids have gone through. I mean, to my knowledge, there's not any other tournament out there that is strictly for a charity cause. And I mean, for us to be going into our 39th year and still going is something to be said, you know, and that means that the people, the community, everybody is focused on what it's for, and that's how we've sustained as long as we have.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit BravadoWireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.